What's good, YouTube? This is Details TV, and this is going to be an overview of Raising Kanan Season 5, Episode 3. Great episode for real. A bunch of different things happen, so we just going to get right to it. So we start out with Breeze and Kanan pulling up on Unique soldiers who's on their corner. Breeze and Kanan let them know that it's their corner now since they're connected with Unique. Neek soldier says that he ain't heard nothing about them connecting with Neek. This led Breeze to telling them that Neek's on the run and that they work for him now. Once they refuse to work for him, we see Breeze take action for the first time on the south side. Breeze and Kanan killed him for not working for them. Based on this scene, we could already see the recklessness that Breeze rolls with, which is what led Ghost to say that Breeze was a bad dude and he was going to get them all killed. I'm sure we'll get more and more of these type of scenes as the season goes on. So we skip to Rock, Marvin, and Flossie, where they're basically talking to all the girls that's going to be moving their work for them. Now, amongst these girls, we get our first look at Kanan's baby mother and Sean's mother, Jarita. We know this is her because she's been casted for Power Origins. And for them two to meet like this actually makes sense. We know Kanan is fully submerged in the game now, so he would definitely want a girl that's going to hold it down. I believe she's going to be the inside person in Rock's organization, and she's going to be able to tell Kanan everything that's going on. So we move to Jukebox and Detective Garcia at his house. Jukebox says since he was tracking her, now she's tracking him, and she proposes him a deal. Now, they didn't say exactly what this deal was, but I'm pretty sure it's just that Juke is going to pay him, and then he's going to stay out the Thomas family's business. Because in this scene at first, Garcia wasn't going for it, but later on in the episode, we see that they come to an agreement. In the later scene, Garcia hands her a paper and says that this is my price. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works between them. And we move to Pino, Bernardi, and Stefano having to meet. Pino just wanted to let him know face to face that he's in business with Rock. He says how he's not going to turn down an opportunity to make money. Now, Stefano's not with this because of the stuff that he and Rock has been through. But that doesn't mean anything to Pino, so we could see things get messy between him and Stefano. Now, Kanan and Juke meet at the table that they always meet at. Now, Kanan's having second thoughts on whether Rock took out Famous or not. This is because in the last episode when the cops grabbed him up, they didn't know who Famous was when Kanan mentioned him. Juke tells him that the cops is always lying, so he can't really trust what they say. He also apologizes to Juke for getting aggressive with her the night before he went to go confront Rock. Now, these two are still on speaking terms for the time being, but we know that's going to change when Jukebox finds out what he did to Lou. Now, we move to Breeze and Kanan. They talking about how they took over Neek's corners early in the episode. Breeze tells him that he's going to be taking all Neek's corners, and if Neek shows back up, then they'll take him out. Now, Kanan wants to pay off his bike guys, but Breeze lets him know that that's small work, and that he'll get Taz to handle that. Taz is in the background while this is going on. You can see it in his face, like he's salty. He even goes to confront Kanan later in the episode. Taz lets him know that he's not going to be passed over, and that he's still going to be here while Kanan's gone. Kanan not even fazed by what he said, and he really shouldn't be. He's the one providing more with his bike guys and putting in more work. So eventually Taz's time is just going to run out, and he's going to get taken out eventually. And what's making his situation worse is the drop that he had with those two white boys. They let him know that they heard that he's being passed over on. This got him frustrated, and then he punched one of the white boys. I think this was his last straw, and within the next 2 episodes, he'll be done for sure. Now, the streets is telling Marvin that Kanan's working with Unique. Marvin goes to confront Kanan about this, but Kanan just tells him that Unique and Breeze met about work, and it never went past that. He lets Marvin know that as far as he heard, Unique is in the wind and gone. Then he lets Marvin know that he has a spot for him if he wants. Marvin told him that he'll never work for him, and he'll never be above him. Now, Kanan definitely should have expected this reaction from Marvin. Now, Marvin goes to Rock House to let her know what just happened between him and Kanan. Now, as they talking, we can see Rock head is still messed up by what happened in that house with Lou. She don't even want to be in the living room where it happened, so she asks Marvin, can they talk in the kitchen? Rock lets Marvin know that for Breeze to come in and potentially take over, he would have to have heavy connects in Queens. This lets her know that he must be in business with Stefano. Now, Marvin's still worried about Unique because we know he still believes that Unique took out Lou. Rock's letting him know that if Unique's people got taken out and his corners is being taken, then Unique's probably just in the wind and moved on. Rock lets Marvin know that he should move on too, but she can't just say that to him and expect that from him. We know that Rock knows what actually happened with Lou, so because of this, she doesn't have the same rage about the situation as Marvin. As far as Marvin knows, Lou's killer is somebody that they've been having problems with for years. So because of this, Rock's got to realize that Marvin is not going to drop this. Now we move to Stefano and Kanan meeting, and Stefano lets him know that because Rock is working in Manhattan, things could get messy between them. But Kanan lets him know that it won't start problems between them two. Now Snaps and Pop meet with Breeze, and they're asking him what's the whereabouts of with Unique. Breeze lets him know they're taking his corners and he's not doing anything about it, so he must be in the wind. Snaps let Breeze know to watch out because Unique's played dead once, so he's got to be mindful of the possibility of him popping back up. Now Marvin and Juke have a real heart-to-heart conversation. Juke knows that he's still messed up by the death of Lou. She lets him know that she's here for him and that she wants to work with him. Now at first Marvin wasn't going for this because he's not trying to let Juke into that life. He's always wanted her to do something different ever since the beginning of the series. But Jukebox ends up convincing him that it's for the better. She ultimately wants to stay by him and protect protect them. The strides that their relationship has been making since season 1 has been great for sure. And especially Marvin specifically, like he's definitely grown a lot. Now, once Marvin set up Jukebox at the bar, Rock walks in. Rock told her how it's crazy how she had a lot to say about the line of work that she and Marvin was in, but now she's there working for her. Now we see a couple dudes doing a drive-by on the corner that Breeze and Kanan took. Now Kanan's soldiers was there working, and one of them got shot. Now this is Rock making another move on Kanan's organization, with the first one being with the cops in the previous episode. Kanan's gonna retaliate soon. I believe it'll actually be next episode. And we end off with Jarita making another drop for Rock's organization. Now after this, Jukebox has another drop for her to make, but she says that she has to go across town to do a different drop that Flossie sent her to do. But this was ultimately a lie, as she went to Kanan's apartment instead. Jarita's storyline is looking to be interesting for sure. Seeing how she's gonna maneuver secretly working with Kanan in Rock's organization is gonna be crazy for sure. That's it for this week's episode though. Make sure y'all leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts or theories, leave them in the comments.